Hey there, everyone. I hope you are all doing good. Stazma here. And today I'm going to talk to you about how I write music. This is a video that one of my Patreon asked me to do. It's been ages I've been meaning to do it and always procrastinating basically because I have so much hardware that's been released to cover on video that, well, life stuff. You don't care about this. So today I'm going to show you basically how I like to make music. I'm not going to make a full track because it usually takes me months to do that. I'm usually not that slow at getting things going. So my main thing is that I usually just start with something that inspires me, which is most of the time something that I've been recording on hardware with synthesizer, groove boxes, whatever. I'm going to stick to my guns here, and I'm going to use one of the last recordings that I made with one of my favorite sounding usualy module and a tape echo that I've bought recently. I'm going to edit the part where I'm looking for samples and stuff like this, so you don't have to look at them, because I think it's probably very boring. Okay, here it is. So it was some sort of a jam. Very ambient-ish stuff. Yet, at the end of this jam, I was just sending little parts of melodies into the echo. And I remember that I was like, this can be used to start a track, or this could be used easily in a track, whatever. Yeah, that's it. Maybe let's use this. Okay, let's see that. This is going to be our starting point. Let's call it echoes. Then, usually to get things going, I will start to play around with a breakbeat. I remember, I think, and also which it will be quite fun to use one that's, because the usualy module mentioned making this synth sound is the 810 from System 80. And I remember that I made some fun breakbeats using its filters when I did the demo video out of it. Yeah, let's go for this. This was around 182 BPM. It's probably not exactly right, but we'll keep it that way. Let's hear how this sounds. This is nice. I like the mood. So in order to get things a bit more interesting, let's start with the highest, the hottest notes. And this is perfect, because this is also one of the odd notes. And here I'm going to start to mess around with the audio, which is one of my favorite parts. I really like playing around with synthesizers and whatnot, stuff with physical interface. But when it comes to make music in the computer, I love to just take the recorded audio and mess around with it. So this needs to be much louder. Let's put the drums on top. Okay, one thing that I would like is to have the echo of this going a little bit more. So I'm going to duplicate that track which is a thing that I often do when starting like this. This track is going to be this kind of noisy echo. So let's call it noisy echo. And here I can do this kind of thing. This one will gently slide, will gently fade out when this one is getting there. Here we have too much. Okay, cool. Let's group this because you might hear that there is some annoying noise in there because I was using very noisy stuff to make it. So let's just low pass it a lot until we don't hear that annoying thing. This is going to be pretty dark, but I guess it's going to be cool like this. Here, I want this to be okay. So one thing I don't like to use warped audio, so I usually just repitch it and then freeze it to a new audio file and warp it, and then I can just fool around with this. So you should watch my breakbeat torture video if you want more of this kind of stuff. So yeah, I will start to do my classic duplicate, copy, paste, fade out thing. Yeah, I want that snare. And then this one, hehe. Oh, this was good. Let's do it like this. No, I don't. I'm still lost in the new live, I have to admit. Oh, this is clicky. Can you hear the clicks? I don't like the clicks. So let's add some fade outs and fade in to make sure, because there's no mega transient that we want to keep here. No clicks, that's great. Envelope, track volume. Let's go with a tick-two. Okay, let's listen to that. Okay, here I will this one again. Now let's start to have a bit more of the this. Let's play around with the volume a little bit. This one a bit low. This is my very weird, extremely slow but very precise way to play with breakbeats. You all know about it, I guess, if you've seen the channel's Ableton Live video before. Now here I just want, yeah. Clicks. Ugly clicks. Okay, no clicks, that's better. Up, duplicate, reverse. Where's the reverse? Now it's here, that's good. Oh, there was some other breaks in there, so let's... Oh yeah, resonating stuff. Repitch as well. Okay. Okay, so also, this is worth mentioning that I really like to just go with the flow. I do stuff. I take one thing that inspired me, which was this, play around with breakbeats, then wait for ideas to come, basically. Now what I want, I'm going to use only some of my sample packs to make it simple, without having to plug any hardware, and only using basically audio and probably simpler or stuff like this. What I want right now is some kind of effects, some kind of, yeah, this kind of stuff. Okay, let's go with this one. This also, of course, deserves some tape echo-ish stuff of some sort. Let's try to do that with a simple delay here and some spring reverb. Springs. This one's a bit too convolution. Yes, old school spring. That sounds good. And let's grab a simple delay. Okay, let's use that one again. Sorry for the noise from the outside world, but it's very hot in the studio. I can't survive if I don't open the windows. What we'll do is... Oh, that's cool. I'm not sure if this is going to be a very watchable video. Whatever. Where was the other breakbeat stuff? This was the clean one. Okay, this is our new loop. We're going to need a bass. What do I have here? Ooh, big stereo chorus type of thing. That's lovely. Let's put that into no, not into a group, no, into another simpler. Okay, if I remember well, my thing here that was recorded was natural minor. What is natural minor already? Let's check the notes. That's the one. Simple minor. Yeah, this kind of sound is very good when you put it to a sampler and play it very low. Yeah, like this. Let's duplicate that again. Now we can duplicate time, which is something that I quite enjoy. Let's listen back to the beginning. This is not good. about which notes should this be or not. Okay, I want to keep that arcade stuff, but I need another sound that's maybe a bit less tonal. Yeah, why not? This kind of giant, noisy stuff is very great when you just slice it. Because you will get a ton of short, weird stuff. For example, this kind of thing. This is one of my other tricks here. And I actually discovered this kind of tricks with a video from Woolg, I guess. So big up, Woolg. Love your stuff. This, I really like this. It's very dubby with the spring reverb and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, there's a little break. So this is why. Okay, let's do this. One cool thing I like to do is to use a second track. Let's group this. So this will be our filter. This will be our breakbeat group. I like to use a second breakbeat group like this in order to make long rise of sounds like this. This one is a bit too long, so I like to use a second envelope here. That's good. Let's make it a bit louder. This one, it needs to be more percussive. So I'm going to do it the hard way and just like this. This is alt to make the curve like this. The more exponential, which means like this, you do, the more percussive things are. If I disable it, see? Let's try to find another place. And back here. This is okay. Oops. I need something bright here. Perfect. I just usually spend my life duplicating stuff like this. Here, in order to make those two morph together, I'm going to do this. Let's see what it does. Let's go for it. Boom, boom. Let's make this one shorter, like very percussive as well. That's a thing I like to do for a new start. Up. This one. Why is it again warped? I don't want it warped. Up. Okay. Let's grab just a tiny bit of this. Duplicate it until we reach the next snare. Let's make one bit of audio out of it. Oh, actually here will be probably better. Let's make some very short little blippy thing. This as well. Let's move this here. This is maybe time to introduce another breakbeat. Something a bit more power. Aim warfare. That's. Yes, that's what. Okay, this is also something. Just let's go with the flow. See what I mean? Proper old school time stretch goodness. Sometimes also just no breakbeats can be a good idea. Just the bass. And here we need one of those giant. Let's unwarp it. Let's make it twice as long. Okay, let's warp it again. Texture mode. -6. We have already used that sound, so let's try another one. This is probably also a key element to what I do. Is that do not use the same sound twice too much. Which will brings a lot of variety and unpredictability to simple stuff. Where at the end there's some to finish this sequence. Let's go for this. That's a nice first part. Mini intro. This needs a little bit more changes. Something I like as well a lot is to do some very tracker-ish things where drum sounds will cut each other out. The way I like to do it for ease of use, let's say, will be this. Here, I will just do stuff like this. And this one needs to be here. Because yeah, in the tracker, the new one and the old one, you can use only one lane and put lots of different samples on them, like we do here basically. But in the tracker, it was used a lot to make jungle. So you have that sort of classic way of having one or multiple breakbeats showing off one after the other, cutting each other off on one lane. I want it faster. That's too much. Up. That's the thing I like to do. Is to not go from 0, but having it like slowly fading in. You know it's going to be loud. Yeah. Okay, so because otherwise the video is going to take forever, I'm just going to make this a little bit better, what we have already here, before doing another thing. What I like to use a lot is one big kick drum to emphasize the breakbeat kick drums that are usually a bit weak. I've shown this a million times already, but not in this kind of video. So I have, for example, this one is one I use a lot. And it's good as well because there's a few recordings of it, not just one. So I can have, actually I probably made an instrument about it. Yes. And because basically it is a round robin stuff. Now I could do it much easier, but it's an old patch. So I have a few different hits. I love this kick. So I would just basically, the way I do it, I don't know why I did this giant MIDI clip. I will usually just fire one of these every time I want some sort of an accent. For example, here. Also, it's a little trick is not to emphasize exactly the same place all the time. This is something that you have to do very carefully and basically choose very wisely where you put them. Because sometimes, for example, if you just copy paste thinking it's the same while you have edited everything, well, it actually goes well with that snare. I haven't said anything, there's no rule. Do whatever you want. For example, there was nothing else but a big kick, maybe with a massive big plate reverb. Oh yeah, that's what I want. This one has the very nice taste of having a send directly on the reverb. So you can just decide when you want it or not. Let's play around with the feedback here. That's a good thing. This doesn't do anything. Let's make it a bit more like this. I know it's that kind of feedback. That's off. No. Why not? let's put one, even though we start with a snare. No, doesn't sound good. Sometimes it just doesn't sound good. So if it doesn't sound good, don't do it. I haven't done any. This is one of the sounds I love the most in the universe. Pitch drop. Okay, one of the other support drums that I love is addictive drums. And I usually use the jazz sticks clean. You'll have to leave it to load for sometimes. And I use the cymbals. Exactly these ones. No, not these ones. Like this, basically. Simple support. Same, yeah, so just sometimes I use less of them. This is already a lot. And sometimes, like here, I have a psh psh. So something I like to do is to chuck them off. And because there is, if you usually... Oof. So that's the one. The other notes here is chucking it out. So yeah, that's good. Let's make this one a bit louder, more velocity, because it's been chucked. You need to emphasize it a little bit more. So yeah, something else I'd like to do with, because I find the hi-hats very cool. And one of the, it's a bit weird because instead of using the velocity, there's lots of different hi-hats on different notes here. It's not the general MIDI kind of thing. I like to use usually three or two of them. But let's go for two today. Then envelope. No, notes. Let's go like this. Draw mode, Alt. No, it's Control. Yeah. And here a big. This too loud, but as well. The first is usually I think it's the pedal. And if you put the pedal at 0 velocity, it's a very nice way to chuck it as well. Because this is not. Yeah, I will fiddle around with details like this for ages, basically. Also, now that I know what kind of scale I'm in, let's start over and remove all this and make sure it all works. Now we'll start to make a progression with the bass sounds. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this to another MIDI track. On this MIDI track, I'm going to load another simpler and put it, choose a nice sounding stuff in the, yeah, like this. So this is way too low, as you probably imagine, because now what I want to do is to do some kind of polyphonic thing. So what could I do? I could make it only a full thing like this. Sounds good though. But anyway, transpose 24. Let's put lots of release. And let's go for the chord MIDI effect chord. We are going to tell it to stay in the same scale that we're in, thanks to the scale awareness stuff. Whoa, that's loud. Let's also put this in bandpass mode. Let's put lots of attack, lots of release, with less sustain. So we have a proper pad. Let's use a very slow LFO on the filter. Just a tiny bit. Also, let's spread this out to make it mega stereo. One thing is that we could decide to make this a bit more alive, let's say, by adding some modulation. Only positive. Maybe 20%. for this kind of stuff, when you start to use randomness like this, the good way of working with it would be to sample the output. So anytime you get some good stuff, you can repeat them. I usually do it like this. This is FM saw detune record. Let's loop this guy. So if we have a very high notes, they will repeat, like you can see here. Okay. And then I will just keep on going with this same kind of stuff. I will probably add some effects to this, like echoes, shimmery, reverb, whatever. Let's make a very giant cavernous reverb with the algorithmic only this time, dark all. Let's make it giant. A lot of damping. Vintage on. More chorusing. Without. Of course, now we need to make more edits everywhere. Oh, here, for example, I'd like to add just a little bit of vintagey drum machine goodness. Let's go with our classic Yocto 808 free sample pack that you can get on my label Bandcamp, Concrete Collage. Ooh. Oh yeah. Let's go like this. Yeah, actually, maybe just nothing. No, it's the restart. We need it. It's this one that we may not need. Okay, this is not extraordinary anyway, but this is a good start. And this is basically what I usually get down in a few hours. And I'm happy about it. And then I will mess around with it for a month, adding lots and lots and lots of details. But all this spawned by just this little recordings of a synth noodling through a tape echo. And the thing that starts the track might be a sample, might be hearing a track somewhere else, thinking like, oh, how did this guy did this? I should try to do the same, using the same technique and see where it leads me. Whatever, the sparks of inspiration can be anything, really. And that's the main, that's the end line of this video, I guess. Okay, thanks for watching. This probably is a very long video, but whatever. If you survived until the end, drop a breakbeat torture forever in the comments. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. And go have a look at Patreon if you want me. If you want to order videos like this that I will take forever to make. Also, I will leave that project for anyone to download on Patreon. Thanks. Ciao, ciao. See you next time.